ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Johnny Pinball. How have y'all been the past year? Hopefully doing fine and still alive. I don't want to have dead subscribers on my channel. Decided to pull out the mic today because a lot of people are talking about Transformers and Pokemon from Stern. People say Stern Pinball's Pokemon, where's the code? People say Transformers, where's the transforming? It's June. Welcome to summer, guys. This is not traditionally pinball season, but ironically, I've been playing more pinball because it's so hot and my games are in the basement, which is oh so chilled. So I've been playing my Iron Maiden and my Godzilla, and I think this is the year I get a third game in the lineup. Will it be Pokemon or Transformers? Probably not. I like the tried and true games. These ones are just too new. But we're tuning in today because these are the two latest from Stern while we wait for Sonic Jersey Jack's next title. Let's start with Pokemon. Very hyped game, right? Everyone was like, $20,000 LE, maybe $30,000 in 6 months. And it turns out the Pokemon collectors didn't buy the game, just the scalpers, which makes me smile. Scalpers gotta lose sometimes, and the rest of us can just chuckle while they lose a few $1,000s and realize, they probably still made money on the year. But hey, we got a small victory. And speaking of the LEs, is anyone buy from Flippin' Out Pinball or see their marketing on this? They associated the number of the game, made a plaque for that corresponding Pokemon, but they don't install it on the game. I'm guessing they got in trouble, so you have to have the user install it. It's like slimiest used car salesman tactic ever. I hope it doesn't work on anyone. But then it must, because I saw a posting today. He had a used one for sale. He's like, oh, it comes with a limited edition plaque I just made up. Cool. Cool, Zach. All right, little rant over. Pokemon layout. It's, a two-flipper game? It's got that rockin' roll orbit. It's got Meowth in the center, reminiscent of Junkyard, but really doesn't play like Junkyard. All my Junkyard fans out here know that's just a high action, you gotta hit the dangler playfield. This one plays a little slower. Granted, I've only played it on one location, so it's very small sample size. But that same location also has a Junkyard. What are the odds? Probably really low. They're like 30 years apart, these games. But anyway, what do I think of Pokemon, and what do you think of Pokemon? I'm going to give you my thoughts, because that's what you're tuned in, and you can give me your thoughts in the comments. I'm going to go mainly off the layout, because, we all know the code isn't there. You just kind of flip around. All right, that's the game. But it does flip very fast. I like the orbits. Early on, there was that, the ball guide was incorrect. That's actually a cool feature of the game, because if you hit the right orbit, it comes around the left side, right? And instead of going to the left flipper, on this example with the misadjusted ball guide, it goes to the right flipper, which is real cool. So now you're on the right flipper, and you can just send it up that ramp, returns, and then you can kind of combo that around forever. It's really fun, and it keeps you on your toes, because if it goes slow, it goes down the center. But if it goes fast enough, it goes to the flipper. So it's like an added level of strategy. Unintended, of course. Now, the Meowth mech. Yay, Meowth! It's okay. It's no Junkyard mech, right? Obviously, you're only going to play a pro on location. The LE Premium, you had the Wiggle Ball. And what else you had? Oh, Pikachu with his Pika Pika. That's about it, right? They had some drop targets, maybe? Thought there was some other action going on. Oh, you get a magnet up in the Meowth zone, we'll call it. Yeah, that's really it. Definitely pro game. Oh, Whirlpool. How could I forget the Squirtle Whirlpool? That's kind of cool. It looks cool, but you're not going to see it every time because it's a diverter, right? If you are younger and you grew up with Pokemon, I'm from the Pokemon original era, this may pull at your heartstrings. It pulled at mine for a split second because that hype was so high, right? So much hype. But then after seeing that first gameplay, I'm like, nope, this is for kids. I don't need this game. So this is an easy pass for me. A couple quarters in it on location. Who am I kidding? A couple dollars in it on location to play some games. And I had a good laugh. The only thing I wish there was like a physical, the captive ball is the Pokedex. There needs to be some sort of sculpt above that for that. I don't know, when you're hearing that call out, shoot the Pokedex. And you can't find it if you're not familiar with the game. So that's why I think casuals might not know where to shoot. That's the captive ball. But, casuals don't really know how to shoot anyway. So null and void there. Now, The designer of this game, Jack Danger / George Gomez. They're saying it was mostly Jack Danger, but a lot of this layout seems George Gomez to me. So I'm going to say it might be 50-50. The Squirtle ramp, that's got to be Jack Danger. It's creative and different up front. But I think the mech, the Meowth mech, is George Gomez. I want to say the orbits, they kind of seem like a George Gomez thing. He's usually think of Deadpool. The orbits seem very familiar to Deadpool. But the diamond playfield where Meowth is, I'm going to say that's Jack Danger. Same with the captive ball. And I think he probably had the idea for the Pokeball and the Pikachu somewhere in the game, and Gomez just made that happen. But, the layout doesn't scream Jack Danger. I mean, he's only had 2 other sample games. The layout screams more of George Gomez with a little Jack Danger flair. I suppose we'll never know, but maybe one day in the tell-all best-selling book by Jack Danger, he'll reveal his secrets. All right, Transformers, right? That's the new hotness. And boy, did they almost have this one. And their promotional videos showed Optimus Prime, I believe is the character, used to transform into a truck. And now he's stuck as a schmuck. While Optimus Prime might be screwed in the upright position, Megatron still has his ball-firing cannon crossed a playfield, similar to Houdini, not as far, but really cool innovation. I like it. That's for you premium LE buyers. And then there's Soundwave hanging down on the right side of the playfield. Pro buyers don't even get a Soundwave static figure. That's exclusive to the premium LE, and the ball comes out of his cassette door. So that's with the theming. You look at the art on this game too, it looks really good. This is one of the best art packages I think we've seen out of Stern Pinball since Zombie Yeti's been their main artist. In my opinion, we have great art on this game. We have great sound effects on this game. And we don't know how the code's going to be. It's still early. I think they're going to make it kind of like Turtles. It's a similar thing, cartoon episodes. You play it as a mode. They have the voice actors from the cartoon. That's a big win as well. Plus, I think they have some of the movie, like You've Got the Touch. So I think it's going to end up being better than Turtles. But Stern, you never know with them, right? They have a lot of good games, but not a lot of games you want to own. At least that's my opinion. Transformers probably won't be a game I want to own because the theme isn't there for me. But if the theme is there for you, you almost have the complete package right away at this early code. I don't think this is going to be John Wick where you got to wait 2 years. Speaking of John Wick, that's a game on my short list. It plays great. It plays so fast. So if this game plays anywhere near as good as John Wick, we might have a winner here. But like I said, you Transformers fans, how can you not like this? It's a love letter to Transformers. And I think a lot of people at Stern Pinball probably like the cartoon and movie. So you're going to get the passion. John Wick, they lost the coder on that, right? Think of another game they dropped the ball on. Uncanny X-Men. Well, Jack Danger kind of switched out of his roles. I don't know if it was because of that game or before that game. Kind of fell in the cracks. But that's the only games I can think of recently that maybe Stern didn't deliver on what was promised. And I want to go back to the value, the price point. Stern takes a lot of flack that everything is too expensive. Compared to what, I say? You look at any other game, and it's more money. Spooky Pinball, $10,000 plus shipping. Barrels of Fun, $11,600 plus shipping. Jersey Jack, $10,000 for the arcade plus shipping. Where is it cheaper? It isn't cheaper. Maybe American Pinball, an old-ass Houdini, what is this, $8,000? That's still not cheaper than $7,000. No one does it better than Stern. And when you factor in inflation, this $7,000 price is actually a better deal than the pre-COVID pricing we all wish we could go back to. Are you ready for this? So $7,000 in 2026 is equivalent to $5,350 in 2020. And tell me, how much was the MSRP of games in 2020 and before? The pros were $6,000. All I'm saying is it's a better deal than you realize. We got the bigger screen now. Sure, Spike 3 was probably a cost-cutting upgrade, but as an end user playing the game, it feels the same. You get a bigger screen, you get a quieter power supply. What's not to love? Okay, final thoughts. Let's start with Pokemon. I've played that a good amount of times, at least 20 times. I think that game is just average right now. It's a basic layout. It's a fun little distraction from pinball, but it's not a game I'm going to gravitate towards. Transformers. Haven't played it yet. Layout could be good. I like John Wick, same designer, Elliot Eisman. So TBD on that. I'm liking the art package a lot on Transformers, and I'm liking the sound package a lot. We shall see as time goes on. Now, around the corner, we have Sonic Pinball coming up, and not the Ryan McQuaid Sonic Spinball, the real deal, Jersey Jack, Steve Ritchie, the king. I am super excited for that. We're going to see that next week. More on that then. So if I were you, I'd hold your money. I know I just said Stearns are the best value, but let's hold our money and take a look at Sonic and see how that is. I'll catch you next time. This is Johnny Pinball, signing out for the Johnny Pinball Show. You stay classy, Pinball Land. Later.